Hello, everyone. My name is Ozmourn, and welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. This is another episode of Perilous Pads, and this is a show all about adventurous speedruns. Now, you might be noticing something a little bit off, and that is the fact that I am not Cutie. And that is because Cutie is out of town and unfortunately cannot be here to host Perilous Paths today. But I'm filling in, and I hope to do justice to an amazing hosting job that Cutie does when he is on this show. With that being said, we are going to go straight into our runs. We are celebrating a little bit of an anniversary, specifically the 15th anniversary of Costume Quest with the whole series. Costume Quest, and then the DLC for Costume Quest, and then Costume Quest 2. And joining us all throughout this show today is Harsh and Bob's Love Cheese, who will be running Costume Quest 1, and then Grubbins on Ice, the DLC, and then Costume Quest 2. And so, please, Harsh, we'll begin with Costume Quest 1 today. So, Harsh, take it away.
Thanks, hey everyone, and welcome to the Costume Quest show. I fell in love with this series about 3 years ago after I watched a friend of mine stream it, and since then I've been hooked. And we found a lot of discoveries in the speedrun, like over time. Bob wanted to do a little introduction on the series, so I'll let him do that, and then we'll start the run after that.
Yes, my name is Bob Loves Cheese. I have been running this game for 6 years now, and Costume Quest is really near and dear to my heart. I really love this series, specifically the second game, which we'll get to, but the first game is really cool as well. But as Oz said, yeah, this is the 15th anniversary, pretty much to the day. Technically, it was yesterday, but we'll flub it a little bit. It's the 15th anniversary to the day that this game was released, and there's been a lot of speed running that has gone on since then. And we are just both very excited to be able to showcase this series on the GDQ Hotfix show. And you know, it's right, perfect time of year for a nice little Halloween show. So that's all I've got to say. So I'll go and turn it over to Harsh, who can start when he's ready.
Thanks, Bob. All right, so when we boot up the game, we're going to be picking between one of the siblings. Left is Reynold and right is Ren. Does not matter which one you pick throughout the game. Both, basically, you play as one protagonist, and then you are saving the other one in the story. So timer will start as soon as I pick the character. And I like Ren, so I'll be picking her. So on the count of 3, I'll let you know, and when I say go, we'll begin. All right, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Good luck, have fun.
All right, so here we are in the Halloween world of Auburn Pines. The plot of the game is kids are going trick-or-treating. You can go trick-or-treating and you can find monsters or you can find candy. The villains are trying to take all the candy away from the children, and we gotta stop them. So right here is the tutorial fight. We're going to be doing here a bunch of quick hits. Essentially, I'm just mashing like whatever button is popping up on screen. Doesn't matter if you mash or not. And it's giving us an intro to the battle system. This game is very much, I kind of compare it to Paper Mario in that there's like, the combat is like similar, the art style is like, kind of inspired. But it's like pretty light. You can hit enemies from the back. So right here, we are collecting some treasure chest pieces. These are costume pieces. The way you get costumes in this game is just by collecting a certain number of pieces of a costume to make it. So this is our last costume piece, and this is going to give us, as we'll see in a second, the robot. Robot.
Whoa, that robot's zooming.
And Robot is going to be the main focal point of the run. We'll be using him the most. Right here is just more tutorial. We're just roller skating. And in this game, Robot is the only one who has this fast movement tech. As we'll see later on, they fixed that in the second game. So we saved our friend from the bully. This is Everett. He'll be joining us for the rest of the adventure. We're going to start off by going to some trick-or-treat houses. So houses are exactly the same every time. So like every run through, the houses that have candy will have candy. The houses that have enemies will have enemies. We're going to start off by picking a couple trick-or-treat houses to get candy. Candy is used to buy stamps, which are like the held items of this game. So we need to visit 4 candy houses. Go to the playground. And we're going to talk to Sadie. Sadie has all the stamps, and we're going to buy both of these stamps, Black Cat and Claw. These are going to be very vital throughout the game. And we're going to do some World 1 cleanup. Starting off, we're going to start the Liberty quest. So now we have to pick the 3 costume pieces to obtain the Statue of Liberty costume. Yes, the Statue of Liberty. Right here, as you can see, you can use them to go under like crumbling floors. Some characters, some of the costumes have like out of battle abilities, some of them don't. And now we're about to do the first major skip in the game. And
Yeah,
I'll hand it off to Bob as I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so as Harsh was kind of explaining, to leave each world in the game, you need to go to every single house, whether they have monsters or candy. So you have to trick or treat, and then this gate will open, you'll get to fight the boss of the area, and you'll go to the next one. What Harsh is doing right here is kind of ignoring all of that. He's using the Knight costume, which has a specific overworld ability that lets you move a little bit slower so you can get past obstacles. And we're kind of slipping through the collision between this fence and this tree here, and that's going to allow us to clip out of bounds onto this small little piece of collision here, and we'll get to go all the way to the final boss. So that gets us around the gate, and Harsh is almost done with World 1 already. So props to him. It's a relatively easy clip. I mean, you just kind of find the angle and can wiggle your way out, and that's how we skip everything. So we're going to be fighting the first boss at level 1. Typically, you're supposed to fight him at either level 3 or 4. So we are quite a bit ahead of where the game expects us to be, which means this fight sucks. Harsh is going to be doing a little bit of an easier strat here. Not easier, I guess more consistent is a better word, where he's going to be using the Liberty costume instead of using the Knight costume. But this is a really cool fight because the whole premise is this is Bojan. Bojan has a megaphone, and that megaphone is going to spawn in this shaman, and shamans heal. So every time Bojan gets below 100 health, he's going to heal the shaman. So the point of the fight is you defeat the megaphone, then you defeat the shaman, then you can finally defeat Bojan. But there's a bit of an exploit that Harsh found, where if you keep the megaphone under 100 health and Bojan at the same time, for some reason the shaman will focus on healing the megaphone. So that's what we end up doing. We're actually going to get the megaphone just under 100 health here, and then just start focusing on Bojan. And then we're going to get the megaphone back under 100 health, and then we're going to focus Bojan. So we're just going to keep cycling this. It is pretty difficult just because if you get hit one too many times, then the fight can be over. Like right now, as it stands, Robot is one shot, but we're going to have Liberty's special ability, which is to heal. So that'll help him survive one extra hit with exactly 1 health. Not close at all. We can also explain the stamps here as well. So Robot has the Black Cat stamp, which allows him to dodge attacks. I think it's a 40% chance. Ooh, he did not dodge. So unfortunately, because Robot's dead, that's going to be a redo on the fight. It's just kind of what happens. It does make it more consistent to have these stamps and to have Liberty, but I believe Robot was the only one that got hit that fight. Am I wrong, Harsh, or did Liberty get hit, hit once?
We did not get a single dodge in that entire run.
No dodges. It's pretty unfortunate, but that is just how the run goes. There is a lot of RNG in this run. Just because we skipped all those fights here already, we are severely underleveled of where we're supposed to be, and that's going to haunt us for the entire rest of the run. So when we're complaining about RNG, just understand it's pretty bad. And this is surely not even the worst part. There's like 3 big RNG parts of the run. This is just the first one. And if the Black Cat stamp could dodge, that would be nice.
Well, at least this time the shaman shielded himself rather than Bojan.
Yes, that was beneficial. So that's going to knock the megaphone under 100 health, and he's also attacking Liberty. So Liberty will be able to heal here. So it's pretty much just cycling. There's not too much more to explain here, but yeah, just get that healing done. Bojan and the megaphone are over 100 health right now, but it's better to keep
that specific attack with the Photoshop Abraham Lincoln.
It's so cool. The game loves their Liberty, I should say. I mean, we literally have the Liberty costume, and we have Abraham Lincoln was running around earlier as well. And I won't spoil it, but in the second game there is another U.S. president as a costume. So, you know, they love their American nationalism in this game.
I love my American nationalism too.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Pumpkin.
That's such using the torch to just flame the boss. That is such an extreme attack from Liberty right there.
Ooh, okay, we're gonna win.
Yeah, second try, that's solid. We will not complain about that. Even though the megaphone is still alive, you're intended to defeat the megaphone first, and we're gonna get this little cutscene of the megaphone breaking and Bojan running away.
So, I'd be so real. I didn't even realize the megaphone was a separate entity.
Yes, there were 3 health bars there. The megaphone was separate from Bojan. And
all right,
very quickly...
So after we beat Bojan, we get a stamp, and that is the spider stamp, and that is going to be the most important stamp in this section of the game right here.
I think you're also forgetting another word to describe that stamp harsh. I think you mean terrible, the worst stamp, because it is so good yet it is so bad at the same time. But yeah,
I mean, it's my favorite stamp when it works.
That's true. Yes, we're beating around the bush a little bit here, but the stamp is the spider stamp, and it has the ability to scare. Scaring has a 40% success rate. And if you successfully scare an enemy, they run away. It's essentially a one-shot. So as you can probably guess, that is pretty fast to just one-shot enemies. So we would like to do that as much as possible. Unfortunately, a 40% chance is not very good. So there's a lot of RNG. Every fight here, we're going to be just using the stamp. Usually you only want to use it to get one success, because if you bank on it any more than that, you're going to end up regretting it, because you're just going to waste more time. But it is unfortunate. But
yep. Right here, we're going to be intentionally fighting one of the optionals. This will be important for the experience route later on, and luckily I got it first try.
That was pretty nice, yeah. Let's see how many first try scares we can get in the rest of the run.
I mean, that already made me pretty enthusiastic. Ooh, I also avoided the Shadow Grubbin.
Yeah, that one's really difficult to
yeah, that one is kind of a little random to avoid sometimes.
I do enjoy how instead of like fleeing from all the unnecessary fights, you like just intimidate the enemies to flee themselves.
It's a speedrun. It's faster. Just scare the enemies away.
These guys are really scary, yourself. And it's Halloween, and they are hard. I don't want to fight them. But also, yeah. Every time you do a battle here, you get fully healed, and if you run away, basically nothing happens. You just still stay in the same spawn. That does change for the sequel, though, but we'll get into that one later.
Yes, there are several differences, but that's something that we'll have. There's a lot more fights in the second game, so we'll fill up the fights with the slight differences. Also, another first try scare. Is this the perfect run? What is this?
Yeah, usually, most of the time, I'll when I get a run started, I'll beat Bojan, but then I'll have like really terrible luck in Maul. That's kind of how a lot of Maul goes. Sometimes you have really good luck, sometimes you have bad luck, but
a second try.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad so far.
Yeah, and now we also
there are a couple fights where we do need to get first try scares, otherwise they just become exceedingly difficult. This boss fight right here is one of them. And hey, Bojan, long time no see.
We really missed him. Oh, another oh
First
my
try
God.
again.
Harsh. This is
I
crazy.
think it's marathon luck.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only explanation. Yeah, another thing about the scare stamp we didn't really explain is, and a dodge too. Yeah, why not? Another thing about the scare stamp is it's a 40% chance, but you can only fail it twice in a row. So after you failed it twice, the third time is a guarantee. So a lot of these fights are kind of built around that fact. So if we do fail twice, we'll just do it one more time just to get that third try. So, you know, if it works earlier, we take it, but at least we're guaranteed a third try. So it's not the end of the world, but yeah, Harsh's luck so far has been pretty crazy. I guess he did die to Bojan, the first Bojan, but yeah. Okay, well, bye, Bojan. We missed him. I hope we get to see him again.
I sure do love this boss fight.
Yeah,
there's
if
only
we could just
two fights in the game.
Yeah, that
Only
would be
two? Only two?
Only two. We only get to fight Bojan 2 times, unfortunately. Okay. I would really like to fight him a third time, but you know, we'll see.
Anyway, right here we're picking up our third party member, Lucy. She'll be joining us for the battle.
Hi, Lucy. Wait a second. Is that Bojan a third time? What's he doing over there?
Whoa, Bojan, what? I missed you.
It's been so long. Oh my God.
5,000 years.
Another first try.
This is my favorite video game of all time now.
You know what? I take back complaining about all of the RNG. This is perfect.
Is this a situation where like boss that you met in the early game is now like a mini boss?
Yeah, he kind of just becomes like a lackey at this point. And like this Bojan doesn't have like a megaphone we have to kill or anything either.
Yeah, they took away all of his swag. It's just him.
I guess the devs just really like Bojan. That's why they made us fight him 3 times.
In quick succession.
Truly only 3 times? Truly only 3 times?
Truly, unfortunately, only 3 times. Although, in the second game, I think it's his nephew, I think we get to fight. Or his son. I don't really remember, to be honest. Somebody related to Bojan we get to fight in the second game. His name is Bo
those
Jim.
are really solid Bojan fights. Well, besides the first one.
Yeah, no, this mall's been pretty good so far.
Yep. Anyway, we're gonna go talk to this guy to get some XP really quick. XP is pretty tight in this run and very precise. So every like moment where we can get free XP is worth it.
Yeah, in this game, for whatever reason, you don't really get much XP from main quest. It's really only from fighting enemies. So because we skip fighting so many enemies, we are very underleveled.
Oh yeah, and you may have been noticing I've been picking up various costume pieces, and I've been saving some hide and seek kids. Those are going to come back later in the level. We'll get to that. Anyway, Now we have or just kind of like the gauntlet them all. There we go. First try, first fail. Had to happen eventually.
Yeah, so this is because we are level 3 and these enemies are level 6. So this is one that's very important, specifically to get that medic out of the way, because the medic can heal. It can really mess us up because it's hard for us to one-shot one of these enemies, just get them dead in one turn. So it's tough.
And sometimes you can get unlucky with the enemies playing target practice with you. Nice dodge.
Yeah, they do like to target. They targeted Everett all 3 hits there, and unfortunately he dodged twice. It's pretty lucky.
Oh yeah.
But.
And then with the spider stamp, we mentioned there was a 40% chance. So the game kind of has like a bit of like a mercy rule also. So like if you fail twice, it gives you like the guaranteed third scare, which is pretty nice. So it's not like.
And because we've already failed twice, which means free scare right there.
Oh yeah.
So
and typically we'll try to scare the higher HP enemies just because it saves a bunch of time, right? And the reason we're also making the knight do all the scaring is he doesn't have like an attacking special while the other 2 do. So the combat is essentially scare and then just blast your specials. throughout the entirety of Mall.
Yeah, specials do a lot more damage, but that is our second trick-or-treat enemy fight done within Mall. We're going to get to our third here, but I'll go and explain kind of how this area works. To get to, there's 3 different levels of the Mall. We were on the first one. To get to the second one, we needed to defeat Bo John those 2 times. We've done that, so now we're on the second level. To get to the third level, we need to talk to these kids dressed in ninja costumes, and we need to do a quest for them, and then they'll let us up onto the third level. And of course, there's houses on each one of those levels we need to go trick-or-treat at. So what you're supposed to do is you get this quest from the ninja kids, and they will tell you, okay, there's these 3 enemies that have these horns. Go defeat them, bring us the 3 horns, and you will have earned the ninja costume, and you can go up to the 3rd floor. We're not going to do that because that's 3 fights, and that takes too long. So what Harsh is going to do, think back earlier how we skipped pretty much all of the Auburn Pines trick-or-treating. We're going to do something similar where we kind of nudge ourselves in between one of the ninja kids on the stairs and this invisible wall that sits behind them. And that's going to allow us to clip up past them and go up to the 3rd floor. It is a little bit finicky. It's definitely a lot more difficult. I'd say probably the most difficult one in the run. It's certainly not easy to do, and I don't know how. Was it Chrome that found this? I don't know how Chrome, our one of our glitch hunters of the community, I don't know how he found this, but it's here.
Yeah, we found it actually from a different staircase originally, but then literally these 2 glitch hunters overnight just like found the best setup ever, and now because of that, Mall is so much more fun. We used to have to fight these 3 horned enemies, and they were probably some of the more annoying enemies in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now we don't have to.
Yeah, it is a lot better. It does take a minute to kind of clip through here because you need to clip through one part, and then you can, as you saw, Harsh walks up the other side. And that's Ninja Skip. You technically need the ninja costume later in the game, but we don't actually go to that area later in the game, so we don't need the ninja costume. But it's pretty cool. So now we got a couple more trick-or-treat houses up here, and
this one particularly is the hardest one in the game, and first try scare.
Yeah, if you guys ever think about running this game, just let it be known you will not get the RNG that Harsh has gotten so far on these scares. This is well above average. But this one really sucks because it's the 3 enemies here are level 7, and we're still level 3. So getting that first try scare is really important. And another first try. You know what, yeah. Harsh? You
and
just keep doing that.
Both of these guys have like buff ups also. When they have their little stat ups, like they do like 80 damage.
Oh yeah, crazy. They can one-shot you. Unless this gets dodged. Yeah, and that he's gonna die to fire. So it literally one-shot our character. So it's very important to get at least 1 first try scare. Getting 2 is ridiculous. Now we're level 4, so that's gonna help. There's only 1 more fight, I believe. So that's gonna help us out a lot. Having just level 4 for that last fight. So there's
running away from the enemy because you don't need to fight him.
I need someone who's like really good at math to do the probability of how likely it is to get a first try scare as much as Harsh has right now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, another thing about the ninja costume that we forgot to mention is he has an overworld ability that allows him to kind of become invisible. So all of these enemies we're having to run into and then run away from. Normally, if we had the ninja costume, we would just kind of sneak behind them and sneak past them because when you're invisible, they can't see you. So there is, obviously, it takes time to do the clip itself. There is also a little bit of time loss on having to run into these enemies, but it's not too bad. You definitely save a lot more time over the course of just this upstairs section. And then why not? You know what? Harsh, you deserved another first try scare.
Oh yeah, this is going incredible. During my practice session like a week ago, I was just having the most rotten luck ever here, but I'm glad the game today is apparently being merciful.
Yeah, if you weren't a believer in marathon luck, you are now. Ooh, you failed one. It's like the 2nd or 3rd one of the whole run.
How terrible.
It's just 40%.
How awful.
Also, if you guys liked the scare strats, you guys should stick around for Grubbins on Ice, the DLC that will be the next run, because it is, believe it or not, worse in terms of the reliance on the scaring. But
That just means we're going to get a first try every time.
Well, there's like, what, 15 fights or something, and all of them get
15
scared.
houses you have to trick or treat at, and well, we'll get into this. We won't spoil this.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it too much, but I just want to make you guys aware that scaring is nowhere near over. But
anyway, we're gonna drop down into this pumpkin and get the second to last piece. And now we're gonna go into this side quest here. This is the costume contest. So to win the costume contest, we have to talk to 3 judges, and they'll tell us what costumes they think are awesome for Halloween. And we gotta dress up in them. And while we're doing that, we're also gonna round up the rest of the hide and go seek kids. And go into the shop here. And go shopping, because it's a mall. But yeah, we're also gonna be picking up our final 3 items of the run. While they were buying. One-eyed vampire, bloodshot eyes, and egg. I'll attach these stamps right now. Why not?
You need eyeballs, right? And that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Just like pretty much healing and power. Talk to this guy, and this is the last trick-or-treat of mall. And talk to this teacher. So the solution, the 3 top-tier costumes in the costume contest are the first 3 costumes we obtain in the game. Whoa.
Who could have seen such a thing coming?
Yeah, technically Liberty is a costume we can skip. Normally you would have to get it, but because we skip, do the whole World 1 gate skip thing, we don't technically have to get it, but we get it for this costume. It's the unicorn costume, which without the unicorn costume, the final 2 bosses would be pretty much impossible to do.
Just make sure I had the right costumes.
Oh my god, this is a minecart section? I love minecart sections.
Yeah, for some reason they're mining for candy in the mall. And I don't remember the lore reason for that other than they want candy. But
does your mall not have a mine in it?
Now we have our second boss fight in the game. We can't really see yet, but I promise you there's an actual fight. I know this looks like a normal enemy fight.
Yeah, this fight is broken up into 3 phases. This first one here is just these 2 like filler enemies that are kind of just here to cause problems for us. Once we get one of them to a low enough health, then the actual, the second phase, which is the first phase of the boss, will start. But until then, we kind of just need to sit here and damage these 2 guys. We used to fight this boss at level 5, and we'd be able to get the first phase done a little bit sooner. But for here, at level 4, not quite as much.
Oh yeah. So this is Metzel. Upon every turn, she will basically threaten one of our heroes at random. And luckily for me, she chose the robot, which is my slot 3, as that's what I want to threaten. So every turn, she'll have a chance of either threatening you or attacking, or doing her big, actually, performing her threat. Metzel's kind of like a tank boss. And we didn't really see it in the cutscene, but apparently one of the 2 Grubbins that we, beat up earlier was his brother-in-law. And during the cutscene, he literally runs over them with his tank.
He's not here anymore.
But...
Yeah, so the strategy with this fight is to let the whoever gets targeted, let them get hit. And technically the optimal strategy is for that character to get hit and to die. Because we have the unicorn with her special ability is to revive and revive with full health. It's actually better for them to die, because if they survive, then they get stunned for a turn. But if you just revive them right away, then there's no stun, because they've already died. Okay, threatening robot. This is going pretty well. Sometimes you'll get fights where he kind of just threatens the unicorn, and it's kind of annoying when he threatens the unicorn, because then you have to heal it up, and
it just kind of becomes a bit of a mess, but we're having pretty good fights so far.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Metzel.
Metzel doesn't look like she's like fighting back that much. I'm being honest. Like, kind of feels like she wants to get hit.
We've also gotten kind of lucky because when Metzel does that like second threaten in a row, that is random. So sometimes Metzel will threaten and then the next turn will hit. Sometimes instead of hitting right away, do one more threaten and then hit. So we've gotten pretty lucky with that so far.
You're just being blessed with amazing RNG today.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I think Harsh has made some sort of ritual sacrifice that's turned him into a pumpkin and has blessed the run with good RNG.
It really is the mask. I'm glad I chose this one over the knight costume.
While we finish up this boss, can I say a brief announcement real quick?
Yeah, go for it. We got a little bit of downtime.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind everyone that Awesome Games Done Quick 2026 will be live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from January 4th to 10th. Registration is open, so be sure to register if you want to experience the event in person. Upgrade to a foil badge by November 1st. Visit gdq.gg for more info. If you want to go to AGDQ 2026, I highly recommend it. I've been going to events in person for quite some time, and they're an unbelievable experience. So go to gdq.gg, our front page, for more info on that. And that is all. Back to the run.
Yes, I'm very excited about AGDQ, but you know, we got some unfinished business here. Believe it or not, Metzel is I guess I'll spoil a little bit. We might be seeing him later, in just a few minutes again. Yeah, we're finishing up this boss fight here, and we'll be entering the last world in the run, which is Autumn Haven, I think. Harsh, do you remember?
All Valley.
Autumn Valley, and like I said from the start, it's Autumn Valley and nothing else. But
Anyway,
you said Autumn Valley the first time. I don't know what you said. Autumn Valley the first time.
that is what I said the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
anyway, we don't really get a lot of chill points during the run usually, so this is like the one part of the run where we finally just to kind of we get to relax. So our costumes got stolen during the cutscene because I don't think I mentioned the villain, but this person named Dorsilla kidnapped our sister or brother, whoever you chose, and then after Metzel captured us, stole our costumes. Now we're trying to get our costumes back. So luckily, there's a nice little friend over there. His name is Chip. He gives us the Fry costume, and we can use the Fry costume to. Once he appears on screen,
Almost there.
lure these guys into the barn and trap them.
That's rude.
Yeah,
That's mean.
Apparently,
They don't
we
need to
really
be
love French
so
fries.
good.
And then you're gonna steal from them? Oh my God! You're committing
Technically, they
crimes
stole
on
from
Halloween
us,
night.
so
Actually,
stealing
yeah.
back from the Steelers.
That it's reparations if
Oh, yeah.
anything. Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I take back what I said.
Yeah, that would hold up in a court of law.
Exactly.
Yeah. And just like the previous world, we're going to be collecting the 6 hide-and-go-seek costumes. I forgot if we mentioned it before, but the hide-and-seek costumes basically give you like an attack power boost to your stats, and those stats will help us with the final gauntlet that is coming up.
Yeah, especially because we're so underleveled. I don't know what level the game intends you to be at here, but it's definitely not level 4. I can guarantee that.
7 or 8.
But Harsh is, Harsh already did it. I didn't get a chance to explain, but that little wall there, you're supposed to go to the carnival, finish the carnival, and then the wall will open up and you'll get to access the last section of Autumn Valley before the gate. But you actually just move one of the kids that gets lured by the Fry costume. You can actually lure him next to the wall. And then with some weird hitbox shenanigans, you can actually just walk on top of them and you walk over the wall. So don't think about the logistics of that too much. But we did, step on some kid's head to do a little bit of skip.
I'm gonna think about the logistics of that quite often. Actually.
Well, if you find out anything, bring it up with Harsh because he's the one who did
Anyway,
it. So.
yeah, we have our final big skip of the game right here, and I'll let Bob kind of explain it.
Yeah, so just like the gate skip in the first world, we're going to be kind of shoving ourselves in between the collision. It's hard to see here, but there's a little bit of collision here that we can slide through. Harsh is kind of sliding to the right. It's a bit finicky to find the correct angle, but this is the gate that's normally supposed to open after we've gone to all of the houses and trick-or-treated at. And of course, you do that gate opens, and then you get to access the final area of the game. But Harsh is attempting to clip through and kind of just slide through that collision. If you watch closely on the left side of the screen, you can see those little fence kind of sliding to the right, and he clipped right through. Very, very nice, very clean.
Tap. I'm applauding.
Yeah, and now no more trick-or-treating.
No more trick-or-treating?
Yeah, we're done.
On Halloween?
No more trick-or-treating on Halloween. Well, for this run at least.
Fair. Oh yeah, we still have like 2 other games.
We do have some tricks, but
We
no
do.
treats. Well, this whole game's a treat, so maybe I lied there.
This run has been a real treat. I mean, you've been getting everything to go your way.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, so
we're going through the maze area here to save these 3 Grubbins. Apparently, they're rebelling against Dorsilla, the villain of the game. Because turns out, they don't want candy to be stolen during Halloween. They want everyone to eat candy during Halloween.
Yeah, how nice of them.
So they're kind of like aligning themselves up with us for the time being. And they give us a nice Grubbin costume as a bonus, which we will use immediately right here to get past this guy. Wish we could skip this gate. So Grubbin costume is just stealth. You can just sneak past enemies, and avoid them.
Yeah. Enemies don't detect you as an enemy. They just won't see you anymore. So it actually works elsewhere in the game. Like if you go elsewhere, like go back to the mall or even all the way to Auburn Pines with the Grubbin costume, all the roaming enemies, they won't detect you. But as you can see, slowly
Metzel.
coming from the left side, but Metzel's back. Just give him a second. He's on his way. It's some funny dialogue. The humor in this game, we haven't mentioned it, but the humor in this game is really funny. Same for the second game as well.
Stay there and wait.
Yeah.
Boom.
There's a lot of good humor in the cutscenes and stuff. We don't really get to touch on it, but the game, I think the bundle for both games is like $20. It's a real fun, quick game. You can beat both of them in an afternoon, but they're really fun, wholesome games. So I might be slightly biased because I'm on GDQ Hotfix playing the games, but I would recommend it.
Anyway, Metzel's gone through some hard times since our last fight. He's got a tank, but he also got a lot less health. And he's got no backup this time.
Yeah, only one phase. The game has a little bit of a pattern of having an interesting first fight, and then the refight of the bosses are just the most basic form of the boss. Unfortunately, Robot did die there, so a little bit slower.
I misclicked on one of the attacks, so he did do a little more damage than I wanted. But this is the easiest fight in the game, so I'll take it.
Yeah, no worries. We get to prepare for the 2 worst fights.
I am admittedly a fan of when, I don't know if this is a popular opinion, I am admittedly a fan of when a game is just like this boss that you played earlier in the game, we're gonna give it to you again now because you're more powerful and therefore it should be like a mini boss, like a normal enemy type thing. Except in this case, we haven't leveled up for about a solid 20 minutes. But
hey, we just did. So we finally made it to level 5.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get this.
The experience, the optional we fought earlier in Mall comes in handy, because otherwise we'd be level 4 for this person right here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and explain. So this is Dorsilla. This is the penultimate fight of the game. It's not quite the final boss, but the game kind of wants you to think it is because you're here to save your sibling. But we're going to be using a very specific setup with the cards and the costumes here. But I'll get into that in a minute. Dorsilla is a very long fight. She has 4,000 health, I believe. And she has 4 different attacks. So she's just got a regular attack. She has the Vine Cage attack, which means she'll take one of your heroes and put them in a cage made of vines. She has what's she gonna do here? Okay, there's the Vine Cage attack. She has the clone attack, which is the worst one, and then she has her charge up attack. And that's why we bought that egg stamp all the way back in Maul, because the only way to get her to stop charging up her attack is to hit her with some sort of stamp that does that. So egg is the only one that does any damage that we have access to, so that's why we chose that one. There's also a toilet paper stamp that does the same thing, and I think upgrades of both of those versions as well. But we got this attack here first with the Vine Cage. Yeah, usually you want to delay the clones for as long as possible, and if we get the clones, we'll kind of explain what they do. But Drusilla essentially clones herself and way increases the damage output that we're taking. So yeah, it can get kind of scary. But we're gonna hold Pumpkin here in this cage for this specifically. So we got the charge attack finally, and now Harsh is gonna break Pumpkin out of the cage so he can start doing damage. The charge attack, the first time she charges her attack, she will wait until the third turn to actually use the attack. And I don't remember how much damage it does. It probably one-shots us at this level, to be honest. But you can kind of ignore
a certain
her.
Percentage, but it's a lot.
Yeah, but you can kind of ignore her the first 2 times. That way she's kind of stuck in this animation. And then after you've ignored her for 2 of your turns, then you have to hit her on the third, or else she will attack you.
So we got the egg earlier in Maul. This is why.
Yeah, so this is going to stop her charging up her attack. And then if she does use a charged attack later, then she'll only charge it for, you can ignore her for 1 turn, she'll use it on the second, and then a repeat. If she does it a 3rd time, then she will just use it right away. You can't ignore her at all.
Oh my goodness.
And then Pumpkin's back in the cage. Pumpkin is a little bit, not the greatest to have. I think I'd rather have Knight just because Pumpkin does a lot more damage, but it does help keep us alive, which is very useful.
And as you can see here, during this cage phase, we're kind of stalling it out a little bit by just, attacking the cage ones and then Drusilla ones. I do want Pumpkin because his special is so ridiculously strong. That's why we get him.
Yeah, we didn't mention. Yeah, he is an optional costume, I think. But yeah, Pumpkin's special is kind of cracked. So he does have a damage cap. I'll point that out. But what his special does is it does half health to every enemy in the fight. So in this case, when the boss has too much health, it'll max out. So it did 377 damage there. And then Unicorn got taken. That's pretty bad. You want to get her out as soon as you can, because everybody's pretty low right now.
The game saw that Harsh had it too good for too long.
Yeah, yeah. I think you probably should have healed earlier. As long as one person survives here, it's fine. Okay, yeah. Because if your last hero alive is stuck in a cage, then you instantly lose the fight. So we don't want that. But Knight will be able to break her out of the cage right here.
Defend first, just to play it safe.
Okay, and now charging. So, you're gonna have to use it right away. This is a interesting scenario. This fight does suck. It's also really long. So yeah, you need to revive Pumpkin, or else the fight's over pretty much. To get that egg stamp back. Fortunately, as soon as you get revived, that's why we have Unicorn first, actually. It's because Unicorn revives at the top of the turn order, and then everybody else, if they get revived after her, will still have an attack available. So we kind of avoided disaster there. Things could have gone pretty bad pretty quick if other things had happened. And Pumpkin's right back in the cage again. It's been a lot of cage. It does make the fight go slower, but it does help us stay alive. So it's a bit of a trade-off, but I don't know about you, but I would rather survive the fight than die, especially on a marathon stage. We're a good bit under estimates. We'll be doing okay.
Oh yeah, this fight is just super long, as we mentioned before, just because of all this like shielding and everything. And man, I have not gotten a single dodge yet. I'm complaining about my luck as I got ridiculous small luck. Yeah,
you were in no position to complain about luck.
But yeah, we didn't really explain like the team unison really here at all. But Knight and Unicorn have kind of like a really nice unison. So Unicorn's our healer, while Knight we're using to defend. And with them together, we just are always shielding Unicorn so that Unicorn can always heal.
There's 3 of her now. What?
And now this is the clone attack. Worst attack that she could do.
Yeah, it's not so bad when it's late in the fight. It really sucks when it's like in the early game of the fight, though.
Yeah, so the clones, so there's still one real Dorsilla, and then there's 2 fake Dorsillas. The way the clones work, and the way you can tell which one's a clone and which one's not, is once you attack the clone, it's going to take a lot more damage than regular Dorsilla. So we know which one the regular Dorsilla is, because that's the one Harsh hit first, just testing it out. It's the first one in the order, and then the other 2 are clones. So the strategy here is to kill one clone and then leave the other one alive. So it's still going to be doing a good bit of damage to us, but that's going to stop Dorsilla from cloning again. Because as the later you get in the fight, the more likely it is that she's going to clone. So we don't want her to continue doing that. So we kind of just let it be. Yeah. So the clone's almost dead. You got to use the egg here to stop her. This has been a bit of a weird fight. She's kind of doing everything here. And then Knight will be able to take out the other clone.
Kind of nice, because we could show off really more of the fight. But yeah. Worst case scenario, you get clones on turn 1, and then that just becomes the entire fight. It's everything, but...
Yeah, because the clones do a lot of damage. Not necessarily at once, but just over time they end up doing a lot of damage. So the fact, if you get clones early, you're just going to be healing and shielding more, and that's going to make the fight pretty slow.
That does make sense, because in my mind, I'm just like, well, if you have a clone on the first move, then that, like, you can just lock her out of doing anything else for the rest of the fight, you know?
Yeah, well, you can only really lock her out of doing the Vine cage attack, because she can still charge, as we just saw, and she's just going to end up doing a lot of damage. Because if she is doing her charge attack, what's going to end up happening is she'll keep charging, and then the clones will be there to still do damage to you. So you still kind of have to waste time healing as well. Yeah. Because the nice thing about the charge
early... We're pretty lucky, though, that they're attacking Unicorn while Unicorn is shielded.
Yeah.
They're doing like 1 damage each.
Yeah, so. The shield's really nice. It's super useful. Helps us keep us alive. Unicorn's also using the healing stamp, so she gains a little bit of health back every single turn that she's not at full health. So like plus 11 there. It's never a ton of damage or a ton of health that gets healed, but it certainly is pretty nice just over time. So we don't have to keep healing a bunch just for little chip damage.
Oh yeah. I'm at enough health. I don't really need shield, but we'll play it safe.
Yeah. I won't call out Harsh totally, but there was a practice run that we did, and he did die on Dorsilla with like 300 health or something. So make sure you take everything super safe.
So there's kind of like a funny clip in our community where I died when Dorsilla was at like, I think it was like under 50 health or something. And what happened was, on the final turn, all I had left was Pumpkin, and she just did her cage attack. And then because my other 2 heroes were dead, it was just a 1 KO. And it just like, I died.
Yeah, I think that's how we found out that if your last hero gets caged, you just instantly lose. It's from your clip.
Yeah. My pain caused a lot of learning about how fights is. And that was also on April Fool's Day, too.
Good times.
Classic.
Yeah, so we're almost at the end of the fight here. It won't end right here. It'll end on the next turn. And then we'll have the final boss fight. So I'll go and start explaining that, because Harsh will have to do a little bit of setup with his character stuff before him. But Big Bones has 2 phases. He's the final boss in the game, and he sucks. He's the reason that it is very, very difficult to run this game, because you've got like a 10% chance to beat him, essentially. Funny anecdote for myself. When I came back to this game, my very first D-Rust run, I beat him first try. And then the next time I beat him first try in a run was my very last run, which was my one and only finished run and PB. So I think I did 2 weeks of attempts before I finished a single run after that first one. And that's mostly because of the second phase. So this first phase isn't awful, but it's all about maximizing your health and your survivability for the second phase. So once you get Big Bones down to, I think, is it under 13 or 1200 health, then he'll enter the second phase. But there's a lot of shielding, there's a lot of healing, and it's just keeping yourself as high health as you can so you can enter the second phase well. Because he does a lot of damage in the second phase. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Big Bones is at level 20. We are at level 5. It is pretty awful. And Harsh does have a bit of a backup, but I won't bother to mention what the backup is in case of...
Long story short, Big Bone is a big jerk.
Yeah, and he used that, his big attack, I don't know what we call it, but it almost one-shots anybody.
Yeah. He basically,
at this level.
He like spits one of the Grubbins out of his mouth and spits it at us or something.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, we use the shield on Unicorn, like the Dorsilla fight, in order to keep Unicorn alive so she can keep healing the rest of the party. And that's just kind of the fight in a nutshell. It's all about survivability. Like, the first phase is not that bad. I'm getting through it. Like, if one of your heroes dies, it's whatever. You can heal up. We're using the orange bat that we obtained by defeating Dorsilla in the other fight. And then the middle stamp I have there, it's the revived stamp. I forget exactly what it's called, but we got it from the Metzel fight. Basically, after the second turn, you will revive. The hero will revive. So you don't have to like waste time like healing with like Unicorn. And woo! I like that Big Bones is attacking Unicorn shielded. That's actually exactly what I want.
Yeah, that'll help us a little bit with saving some time on not having to heal as much. And then once that shield comes back, then we can keep ourselves shielded up and protected. But once we get to that second phase of Big Bones, the strategy turns into, instead of just surviving and doing damage, it literally just turns into surviving. We completely ignore Pumpkin, and if he dies, he dies because he has that revive stamp. So we kind of just hope he stays alive long enough to use his special and then just die instantly again. Because when you get revived with that stamp, you get revived at a pretty low health, so you'll die one shot to anything. And so what happens is we use Knight to shield Unicorn, and then when Knight eventually dies, we use Unicorn to heal and revive Knight. And we kind of keep doing that. Every once in a while, you get an extra attack in. Pumpkin sometimes will do an extra attack somewhere in there. We're not at the greatest position here because Pumpkin is dead, and we don't have any of our specials ready. So we're going to hope that we get some dodges here. Right on cue.
Thanks for the blessing, Bob.
You've gotten several dodges so far. That's another thing that really helps, is because with his attacks, it does splash damage. So if you get a dodge, then nobody takes damage, which is super helpful and really helps us stay alive. And there's Pumpkin back. He's at 12 health. But, you know, it's a bit of a difficult situation to keep him alive.
And we got our special back too, but we're going to try to, at this point, since he's low on his health, we're going to save it for the second phase.
Yeah, because when he enters his second phase, and Pumpkin's instantly dead again. When he enters his second phase, then he kind of has a different health bar. So if you do more damage than what is necessary to get him to his second phase, it doesn't matter because he starts the second phase with the same health anyway.
Phase 2 time.
Phase 2. Now we got to get lucky. Okay, well there goes Pumpkin. That's our damage gone. Yeah, this is pretty scary. This is not a great position to be in. We need a dodge here, or else the phase 2 is instantly over. Well, I guess it's not the. No, I mean
it's over.
Oh no, Pumpkin's alive. If he attacks Pumpkin, we're safe.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, well you can see how difficult Big Bones is because the fight's already almost just GG. But we'll see what happens.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, that works. That works. And now you revive Knight, and he should have his special ready.
Pumpkin, now I can revive Knight, and then we can play defensive.
This is crazy. Yeah, okay, I can't describe how incredibly lucky that whole sequence was right there. That's ridiculous that you're alive right now. He was one attack away from dying. And now Big Bones attacks Unicorn, who is shielded, so that's going to help us stay alive, too.
For like 2 turns.
Yeah, that'll keep us alive for an extra turn. And then he should use his big attack here? No. Okay, yeah, Pumpkin will be back. We're going to be unprotected here for one turn. So we got to hope he attacks Pumpkin again, or else, yet again, the fight is over. But let's see. Attack Pumpkin.
Oh my goodness.
No way. No way you get this. This fight is so incredibly RNG, and I've tried to point out every place that the attempt could have died, just to give you guys an idea of how lucky everything's been going. It's still not over. Yeah, Knight's dead, but that's okay. He'll attack Unicorn here. Unicorn will survive because she has that shield. And then this is when Pumpkin should revive. Yes. So now it's just attack and hope.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. 4 health. And that's a win. Somehow Harsh. Time is going to be in like 3 seconds when the health bar disappears. Time.
Once you see the
That is crazy. You got that first try. Oh my God, Harsh.
Fight was ridiculous.
That's insane. GG's to Harsh.
A lot of Casting Plus 1 runs die to big bones. And that's just kind of the nature of the game. You're low leveled and so much can go so wrong. But anyway, we saved Halloween from Big Bones. He's kind of this like monster demon Grim Reaper thing from an alternate dimension. He wants all the candy for himself, but we stopped him, saved Halloween, and now we're just kind of hanging out with our friends here.
What a good ending. That was crazy. I can't believe. Yeah, legitimately, when I say Big Bones is like a 10% success rate, that is not an exaggeration. There's so many things need to go right there for that to work out. So I'm very happy we got to show that off and didn't have to do the backup strat. So good job, Harsh.
What a great time. What was our time, by the way?
Final time was 52 minutes, 32 seconds.
52:32? Not bad.
Yeah, we had talked about if Costume Quest 1 or Costume Quest 2 is going to be faster for the marathon. I think you might got me beat there. I don't know if I can get a 52 in a marathon run. But we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. We won't waste too much time because we will be back in just a few minutes. I don't know if Oz has anything else to say, but in just a few minutes, we'll be having... I will be racing Harsh in Grubbins on Ice, which is the DLC. We'll explain that more in just a few minutes, but I'll go ahead and turn it back over to Oz, and we can do a little bit of a transition.
Yes, folks, we are not done with the Costume Quest action today. We are far from done with the Costume Quest action today, as we will be back with the DLC for the first game, Grubbins on Ice. And so please stay tuned for more Costume Quest. We'll be right back after a brief intermission. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Perilous Pads here on the GDQ Hotfix. My name is Ozmourn. For those that may tune into the show regularly and you're just tuning in today, I am filling in for QT, who unfortunately could not be here as he is out of town. But don't worry, we have amazing content for you nonetheless here today. Including what we just saw, what was Costume Quest 1, Any Percent. We're going to see the whole series today, including the DLC for Costume Quest 1, which is Costume Quest Grubbins on Ice. And this one is going to be actually a race between our two runners here today. And that is a race between Bob's Loves Cheese and Harsh, who just did the Costume Quest 1 speedrun. So, folks, take it away.
I'm Bob Loves Cheese. If you got sick of my voice from the previous run, now you get to see my face. So, welcome. This is the DLC for the first game. It came out about 2 months after the first game actually did. I think a week or two before Christmas. This is a winter-themed, Halloween-themed DLC.
Christmas-ween.
So, yeah, Christmas-ween. So we get new costumes, we get a new world, so it's just one world and there's one boss. So it's a lot shorter, estimates about 20 minutes, but the strategy is a little bit different than we used in the first game, which we'll kind of get into as the run starts. But there's not too much more to intro. Obviously, you guys already know Harsh pretty well, so we can go and pass it over to Harsh if you have anything to say, and then we can do a little countdown and get started.
Oh, yes. it is Grubbins on Ice time. Hey everyone, this is Harsh. And what I'm about to do is do a face reveal to see who the man behind the mask really is. Because believe it or not, I'm not actually a pumpkin.
It's news to me.
But you weren't?
I'm a person, holy moly.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that costume really gave me a lot of luck. Yeah, so as Bob said, this is a DLC for the first game. Came shortly after the first game was released. It's pretty chill, small, bite-sized adventure. So we'll get into like the run once we get going. Once again, we're gonna select our character between Ren and Ronald. It does not matter who you pick because you get both of them on your team this time around. And the plot of the game is we're saving Lucy from the evil Grubbins and bird people that kidnapped her, so that we can save Halloween once again. So we're gonna start off by selecting a character, and when we select a character on the count of 3, we're gonna begin. So are you ready, Bob?
I'm ready to go. Which character are you taking? Robot or Space Warrior? Ren or Reynold?
I'm on Team Robot. I'm about speed.
Okay, well I'll be going with Team Space Warrior just to balance it out a little bit. So I'm ready to go. So you go and start the countdown, and we can get this started.
All right, on the count of 3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck and have fun.
So
It's weird
immediately
playing the
we're
game
starting
now
off the
instead of
game
commentating.
with an epic battle. That's very short-lived because we're running away because we're cowards.
That's
but
true
no,
RPG fashion right there. That's RPGs to their core right there.
Yeah, so you can actually technically win the fight under like the right circumstances, but that's a waste of time. So yeah, these Grubbins over here, they want us to help them start a revolution against the bird person who kidnapped Lucy. Sorry, my mom words are stumbling. And yeah, we mentioned before, you know how in the Costume Quest 1 we were using the spider stamp? You know, that 40% chance thing that lets us kill enemies in one hit? This time we have 2 spider stamps. Yeah.
Upgraded version.
And one of them is like 80% and one of them is 40%. And the entirety of the run is we're going to be scaring everything. There's about 15-ish fights you have to do. We'll be doing like an extra 1 or 2 to get a level up. But yeah, we like to kind of like describe this run as basically pressing B to win, because that's literally what we're doing.
Yeah,
we're just pressing
B is
like
the scare button, and
Yeah.
there's even a further strategy. So obviously we have 2 of the scare stamps. The first one's 80%. Second one is 40%. The third stamp we use is a stunning stamp. That way, if we do have a character or an enemy that survives the scaring, they just get stunned and they can't attack.
yeah.
So literally, we just spam B the entire run until the final boss fight. There is a little bit more. Just like the first game, each area is broken up into like 3 different areas, or into 3 different areas. So this first area, you have to talk to this like Grubbin elder or something and find his wife, I think. And so we'll have to go get her. We also have extra costumes. So specific to the DLC, there are, I think, 3 costumes. One of them is optional, but the first one we're going to be getting here is the pirate costume, which I'm just about to unlock here on my side. I don't know about
Oh,
Orange.
really? I'm still
Yep.
like doing like the second house.
Oh, sucks to suck, loser. I got the pirate costume.
You
Ooh,
are
those
the
are fighting
button
words.
master.
We're
Now,
throwing
anyway.
fighting words already today. Wow.
Yeah, I'm talking smack way too early into the run. There's so
Man,
much left.
I mean, I
It's
know this
too-
game. I know this game's plot is all about a rebellion, but damn,
my bad.
2 minutes in, and we're already up in arms here.
the competition is right here. Yeah, there's not really much to say about the battles because essentially we're doing the same thing over and over. Yeah, there's 3 areas. Well, technically 4 areas. Like Bob said, we have to save a person. We have to save a person. We're delivering his wife to him. And another area we'll have to, go through a cave or, celebrate a festival.
Yeah, I don't remember what they're doing up there. Don't think about it too much. It is interesting because if you could clip through the very final gate in the run, you could just avoid all of the trick-or-treating. We don't have a method to do that, but just as like a theoretical thing, because you don't have to trick-or-treat to unlock the next area. You actually just have to complete the singular quest in that one area to kind of move on to the next one. So like, for example, this one, like I said, you have to like talk to this elder and find him his wife or something like that. Bring his wife over, and I'm getting her right now. And the fry costume makes a return, so we're gonna lure her over with the smell of French fries, and bring her to her husband or something. I don't know. I don't remember what's going on here, but here she is.
The two basic food groups in the Costume Quest universe: French fries and candy.
That's a balanced breakfast right there. Also, she's just like me. I would be lured with the smell of French fries, admittedly.
It's pretty good. The fry smell wafting's the right way. Going through the air does look like it smells pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, we're both on to the second area now. So we have a couple houses here, of course, and then we'll be talking to the Trillbog Elder, and he's going to direct us to a cave that we need to go through to find some like book, I think is what we're looking for. So the kind of solution to the maze is the same every time. So it's just a matter of memorizing it. Do either of us have it memorized? We'll find out, I guess. But it's pretty simple, even if you don't. There's hints all over the place. And then we'll talk to this elder and then go run over to the cave, which is about a minute long. It is possible to skip some of these gates. We do have a couple methods to skip through some of these earlier gates. But right now they're not technically faster.
Yeah, they're not viable, and it's very, very slow. But we're not going to get into that yet. Finally, I'm getting my scare luck back. First area was really dropping, like it was really not being nice to me. Now, game's all right.
I think we're practically tied right now. I just finished the same fight you did.
Yeah, that's kind of what the runs of the Grubbins on Ice end up being. Like, so we actually do kind of have like a split on the leaderboard for this. We have NG Plus and NG. The difference basically is NG Plus allows you to use resources from your main Costume Quest 1 save files. So if you have, let's say you have a 100% save file, that means all of the stamps from your 100% save file and costumes that you collected do stay collected. And you can start Grubbins on Ice with those and the new content. But you can also start the game brand new without doing any of that. And it's like about 4 minutes longer of a run. And it is actually a little bit different in that because you only have one scare stamp instead of two. But
you also don't have those optional costumes as well. Like, for example, with the we don't have the pumpkin costume, which is pretty important for the final boss. It saves a lot of time.
Yeah, well, in the NG version, you don't have the costume, so the final fight becomes a lot harder.
Yeah, because we're also doing a slightly different route than the world record does, because the world record skips 2 optional fights that we normally would use to get up to level 13 before the final boss. So they would be fighting it at level 12. We're not doing that here just because it does make the final boss a bit more inconsistent, and we just want to, we want to be able to get that over with and not have to worry about it too much. But yeah, we're both going through the cave right now. There's not too much. You do have to collect 3 chests in here. Even though 2 of them just have candy, you do need to open those chests to unlock, like the next area of the cave. It's a bit of a maze running around everywhere.
Well, while we're here in the cave, do you mind if I read out another announcement for folks?
Go for it.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out Frame Fatales. Frame Fatales is a community of women and femmes who share a passion for speedrunning, gaming, and charity. In addition to their 2 flagship events, they host activities year-round in their community Discord, like Game of the Month and Randomizer events. Type !FF in chat to learn more and get involved, and I wanted to shout them out specifically because Fright Fatalis is happening this weekend, a special with the Fatalis community. Many horror adjacent and general Halloween vibed games will be present there, all with members of the Fatalis community. So please check that out and check out the community as a whole. Back to the run.
Yep. So now we're both finished with the cave. So heading up to the third area of the run. This is where we're getting the second costume that we need to, finish the run out. It's the Yeti costume. Again, I think it's some sort of festival. I don't
basically
the lore
they're
too
honoring
much.
like the Yeti because he's like this like hero or like savior or something. Like I don't remember the whole context, but
There's
they
something
love
like he
Yetis
leaves his cave like once a year. And I guess the Yeti got scared or something, or he's not there, so we pretend to be the Yeti and kind of like gaslight the whole community.
It's always this fight that gets me. I never get first try scare on the first winter house.
Oh, I got 2. I was behind. I've caught up now.
Yeah, the cool thing about this, because of how like the scaring and stuff goes, racing is actually kind of interesting. Where like one of us could be behind, but then just catch up through just absurd luck, and one of them could also just make up time elsewhere. Yeah, there's a couple things you can do around here. There's like a apple/eyeball mini game you can play here, but we're not about to do that.
We're not about side quests here.
I don't like the apple game very much. You like it, Bob?
I don't really care for it too much. I know there's some other community members who are real interested in the game, and that can be their thing. But I like speedrunning.
Plus, apple's not a candy, so I mean, this is Halloween.
And there are no apple costumes in this game, so I don't really care about, if maybe show me a costume, and I might be talking different here.
You make some good points, Bob. I'm kind of with Bob here. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. All about costumes.
If it's like caramel apple or candied apple, that's a different story.
Yeah, that would be different.
Anyway, yeah, we just did the Yeti festival. Oh, this guy just jumped me. Oh no.
Good. Let me catch up. Thank you, random enemy. Now I need to make sure I don't do the same thing.
Oh god, I hear like a fly in my room right now. It's like creaking, and I keep thinking it's like, is that noises from the game? Because like all these sound effects, just like the candy pickup noise, like the Grubbins getting you, they all just kind of blend in. Anyway, yeah, final area. There's no elder doll guarding this one this time. It's just go straight shoot to the final boss.
Yeah, we do have something to pick up from the shop. I guess technically 2 somethings. I don't remember what the most optimal route is for level 13. I know there is, because I'm used to running level 12.
It's pretty much just all power, man. All power stamps are the way we're doing 13. If you want to play it safe, you can do healing, but it's totally up to preference.
Also, this feels like dangerous terrain for like children to be in. Like, where are their parents? That's my question.
I did forget to mention one thing. So besides the 2 spider stamps, we also attached a stun stamp to one of our heroes. Basically, it paralyzes the enemies for 2 turns, and that allows us to basically just skip their turns and skip some attack animations, so you save a little time there.
Yeah, it essentially just stops them from being able to fight back. It's just us.
Fortunately, the second fight is not going so well for me. Like, both stamps failed twice in a row.
Yeah, I missed my first 3, and then I got the 4th finally. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out of the fight. Get me out of here.
What is all this green goop that's around? Good.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the thing they ever mention of what that is.
Yeah. It wasn't really goo in like the base game. It was just kind of, like scary Halloween monster. But I guess maybe they're trying to perform some kind of ritual, like maybe they're trying to revive some Andy monster we might have fought in the past. I don't know. Just a thought.
This game isn't really known for like making you refight bosses. I don't know why you bring that up.
You're right.
So like half of the boss fights in the base game are refights.
When we get there. Stamp block is not on my side today. I remember like the world record holder said that he literally got like first try scares on like every single fight in like the NG run except for like one, which is like crazy ridiculous. I thought that was going to take a very long time to like ever get that far, but no, but through patience and endurance, someone can do it for sure.
Yep, and I'm into the final boss here. So this is Araxia. Araxia is trying to revive our good buddy Big Bones because it's been too long since we've seen him. Fortunately, this fight is not nearly as RNG, especially at level 13, so we don't have to worry about it too much. This is where we get to see the Yeti and the pirate costumes in action in a fight. The Yeti is really important for this fight, actually, because remember the Knight costume, its ability was to shield to one person specifically. Knight does that for everybody. So it helps us out a whole lot in this fight, because when Big Bones does get revived, he ends up doing a whole lot of damage. So if we have everybody shielded, then we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so the game kind of forces you to use Yeti, unfortunately, for the fight, because it's just like the best like chess piece for Big Bones, really. I do like how in this fight, Big Bones just sort of just laying in like a big bathtub, just chilling.
He's just chilling.
Just hanging out.
He just like me for real, actually.
Oh yeah, so Araxia can go really good or really bad. In the actual like fast route, we fight him at level 12. And 12, you can beat him, but like it's very like 50-50, I'd say. Like
certainly better than Big Bones, but it's not the greatest.
Plus shorter run, easier to like get resets on. But yeah, he can definitely kick your butt and target practice you if you're unlucky.
Yeah, it's important just to make sure that Yeti stays alive. It's about all that matters.
Oh yeah, and when Araxia gets to this like flying phase, he's basically invincible, and you just have to do some quick hits on him to get him out. And it also knocks out Big Bones in the process, like so that he can't do his big breath attack. I don't even want to imagine what kind of breath Big Bones has. It's probably smelly.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm in an interesting position here. I don't know why this has happened, but I'm about to get hit by Big Bones, and I don't have the Yeti.
Oh, I just made a big goof and accidentally put Robot instead of Pumpkin in the front.
Oh boy, we're both in tough positions here. Am I gonna survive this? Big Bones about to murder me. Stay alive, Yeti.
I lost.
Oh, Yeti died. Why did that
unfortunately I lost because Araxia on my fight targeted Pirate a lot, and you kind of need the 3 heroes alive in order to like beat him. Because later on, I don't know if you're that far yet, but he can heal if you're not careful. This. Okay.
Don't survive Big Bones. Oh, Big Bones is up. I think I'm dead. Well, maybe he'll delay for a turn. Maybe he's nice. I'm literally 1 hit away, and I think I'd just lose.
Ah, dude, that sucks.
Oh, why did Araxia heal?
Stupid bird brain.
Yeah, I do lose. No.
Like I said, like Araxia can be very divisive. Sometimes he's nice, sometimes he's mean.
He jumped up 1 turn early for me, and that was the difference. Okay, I think I need to delay 1 attack.
This does seem like a really, really intense fight. I'm gonna be honest. Especially
it's all about just lining up with Big Bones, because if you actually do too much damage, then what's gonna happen is Big Bones is gonna get up earlier, and you're not gonna have your specials ready for the defense. This is what happened there.
In rare cases, going too fast is actually detrimental.
Yeah. But we should be
didn't
good
really talk
here.
much about the pirate before. Pirate is really, really strong. He's probably the best attacker in the game. I think he has like a ridiculously high like AP. He's better than Ninja for sure.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage.
I just like his special attack as he's like shooting a cannon out of a pirate ship. It's awesome. You know, I'm starting to think that pumpkin mask I was wearing was a good luck charm. That's why I got all that scare luck before.
Yeah, and then you reveal that you're like a human, and now look at what's happening.
Yeah, man, I'm washed up. What happened to me? I'm at the last like 800 health of him now. How far are you, Bob?
I'm at like 1200.
Oh, he's healing. Oh, Big Bones is awake. He's hungry. He's angry.
The biggest bones.
Lined up wrong again. It might be GG's for me. Because I think they're gonna end up not lining up together. Big Bones and Araxia. Because you kind of need to have Araxia like force a delay on Big Bones. Ooh, and not Pumpkin, Pirate died.
Oh yeah. I like to think of Yeti as basically better version of Knight. That's really what he is. But his shield only lasts one turn though.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it one more attempt, assuming you are successful.
Yeah, I'm on the last 3 hits, so
Pirate died.
It's pretty much GG for it's pretty much over for me.
It's Jover.
And that is it for me.
And that is time for Horsch. He's the winner.
Yeah,
I couldn't
I got the
stand
roses and everything
against the Costume Quest 1 master.
Indeed. There's a new master in town now. He's slowly garnering all the records.
He's slowly hoarding.
Yeah. So like for 3 months, I had like the world record sweep on all of Costume Quest 1 and Grubbins on Ice. Then just 1 month ago, a German guy just came out of nowhere and slowly was working his way up the record. So it's actually like inspiring to see like someone else like tackle the game, beat all the times. Like he beat my CQ1 record by just 30 seconds like a couple days ago. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh. You almost done with the fight, Bob?
I've got like 2,500 health, so.
Okay, you got it. Okay. I guess I can,
if I fail, I'll just throw in the towel. But
okay.
We'll
yeah.
the fight's relatively quick.
Yeah. So I guess I can explain this little scene here. So we save Lucy, and what happens is it kind of messes up some stuff in the past. So now the kids are kind of going through this portal and going back in time, and we're going to continue with that plot line in the second game, where we're just traveling through the future and past, trying to fix it.
Yes, because the story of Grubbins leads immediately into the story of Costume Quest 2, so it's all kind of linear together, which is kind of cool to see. Okay, I think I got the fight to line up correctly here, so I should be good. I think Big Bones will stand up now. Yeah, okay. I think I just did a little bit too much damage, I think was the problem. So I had a couple misses on purpose here just to make sure I was a little bit under that threshold. So should be coming up on time, another minute or so. Not too much longer. I'm under 1,000 health, so just gotta kind of cycle through.
Yeah, I wanted to point out in these credits, these pictures are actually like all the developers as kids in Halloween costumes. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of love put into this game. You can tell that the developers really did enjoy making the game, and there's some good articles and there's some like videos as well of them to kind of talk about the development process of the game.
If any of you ever played Psychonauts, This game and Costume Quest 2 were made by the same developers.
Wait, really? I did not know that.
Similar art style.
I didn't know that at all. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, I think
this was like
Psychonauts is definitely their biggest
third game or something. Like their second game was like Brutal Legends or something like that. I've never played it, but Psychonauts is a great game too.
Okay, I'm coming up on time here in just a couple seconds, right when Araxia's health bar goes away in 3, 2, 1, and time.
GG.
There we go. I did manage to finish. I didn't have to do a DNF on the race. A little bit longer, but that is just because the boss fight is a little bit tough. Fortunately, we won't have that problem in Costume Quest 2, but I of course don't want to spoil my own game. But
right.
Yeah, you got anything else to add, Harsh, before we take our second and final break?
I did want to give a quick shout out to some community members. For specifically Costume Quest 1, we'll give shout outs to the CQ2 members later on in the second game, but I want to give a shout out to Deathmaster and LordChrome. Those two really helped like vitalize the speedrun to like what it is now. Like the first game was like a 1 hour 16-ish run when we first found it, and now it's like down to 47 minutes and could probably go lower now. Like it's amazing how much like we've really pushed this game in just 2 years, and especially this year even.
Yeah, without them, the run that you guys were just able to see would not have been possible because they found a whole lot of the glitches. Mainly, obviously, the 2 gate skips and then Ninja skip and the fry skip. All of those culminated together with their findings. So shout out to them. We really appreciate you guys.
Shout out to Heady for grinding
Mr.
out
Heady.
the Grubbins on Ice and Costume Quest 1 records. You're doing great. Giving me competition, which I love.
Yeah, and I think that's about it for I guess also shout out to Full Metal Gambit, who ran this game like when it came out and took us like 2 years still of the community to finally beat his world record before all the skips were found. But if he's out there, shout outs to him. But I think that's about it. If you got anything else, Harsh, but that's it from me.
Yeah, that about wraps it up. Yeah, that was Costume Quest 1 and Grubbins on Ice. Yeah, we'll be doing Costume Quest 2 in a bit, and we have a lot to say about that game.
We'll get there when you get there, but we'll go and throw it back over to Oz, and we'll take a short little break.
Of course. Thank you so much for that amazing race, Bob and Harsh. That was so much fun to watch, and I hope that chat loved watching it as much as I loved watching it. Oh, your times? Of course. Harsh, you had 20 minutes, 39 seconds. Bob, you had 23 minutes, 52 seconds.
Wow, solid. We went overestimate.
No. Well, that's because we went so underestimate on the first game.
Yeah, we're making it up.
Well, actually, your estimate was 30 minutes. Y'all said 20 when you were in the green room. It's 30 minutes on 30? Screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all went real under then.
Well, then, yeah, there we go. I think originally it was 15, which is faster than the world record, so we had that change. But
yeah, we might have hooted our own horn there a little much. I don't know how that got
on there, but hey, it worked out. So
you're good. But yeah, folks, we are going to be right back with the last run of this episode of Perilous Path. It is Costume Quest 2. We've seen the first game, we've seen the DLC, and now we're going to hand it on over to Bob in just a bit to do the second game here. And it will be with that right after this brief intermission, so please stay tuned.